Will you give up or will you stand the test of time? The stress, the anxiety, depression, tears, long nights, clinicals, the constant fear of failure.
Hello YouTube, what is up? Ooh, it's dusty. Listen, y'all see all that dust? That means I've been working. Y'all, I'ma just get straight to the point. I don't want these videos to be that long, unless I'm like teaching y'all something. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm failing mid-surg. We've had 4 exams. I have passed 1. That day, the last time we took it over, I think it was GI. It was just like over the gastrointestinal. I thought I had it completely in the bag, but I was so stressed out. Oh God, what the fuck? Oh Lord, they ain't got police all over here. I got to go. Y'all got to move these cars. Ooh, it's so... See, when y'all move into a place, y'all be thinking you want it to be the suburbs, you want it to be good. But people out here wilding today. I got to go to work, move these trucks. Okay, I thought I had it in the bag. And I didn't. I thought I was like, okay, y'all, I'm gonna just get a passing grade at least. And it did not happen like that on the test. And you know how everybody, when you take a test and people are like, I studied, but when I took the test, it was nothing like the material that was given. And I can't use that as an excuse anymore. I really can't. I had to come to a conclusion. If I keep failing these tests back to back, like this is the one test where I felt bad though. Like my grade, like I've never seen a grade like this. My last 2 grades was close to passing. You know what I'm saying? But this third one, the fourth one, I was like, whoa, what the fuck am I gonna do? I only have 5 more tests. How the hell am I gonna pass this class? Now, let me go back over to the metrics. Med-Surg has 10 exams in total. We only took, 4. Yeah. So I have 6 more exams. No, 5 more exams. 6, 5. One of those. And so I've calculated, and okay, let me tell you. I took the test. I looked at my grade. My jaw dropped. My heart was pounding so bad. Let me tell you, I have bad anxiety. I think y'all can probably notice that when y'all see me in the other videos. When I feel like I'm close to failing and I'm not getting where my goal is, like I feel like that's the end for me, and I need to stop feeling that way. So like honestly, when I have these panic attacks, I used to go to the doctor and get pills, but the pills would make me so fucking loopy and depressed. And that's the reason why I went to the natural side of things. So me and my sister are very, very, plant-based eaters. We try to, you know what I'm saying? But I realized for my heart, I needed magnesium. I lacked a lot of nutrients. So I have these, it's called Calm packets, I think. And I would take those because I was having a panic attack in the test room. I was having a panic attack. So I would have to flick my packet, put in some water and drink it just to calm me down and get me back to normal. And so, after that, like I just balled up in the corner. Like I went to like, okay, there's a stairwell to go down to the first floor of our building. And I just stood in the stairwell and I was just crying. I was just like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Like, because this year, you can go back to the first video, I had it mapped out what I was gonna do. Y'all, I was traveling last year. I was doing so much. I was making money, but I was so unhappy. I was so unhappy with all these jobs that I was having. Like, I couldn't keep a job. I could keep some money because, it's easy for me to flip it back, but it was no job that I was happy with. So I was like, yo, I need to get a nursing fast. I need to make some money fast. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a life changer for me, and plus I can still do my passion, which was traveling. And so if I'm feeling this, how am I going to get back to this? Because me going full-time with this LPN, it's making me hard to work. So that means I can't have a lifestyle. I can't go out. My money is so tight. My budget is like this, compact, like $20 budget type. Small, you know what I'm saying? It's never been this way for me. Never in my life at all. So I was just thinking of all those things, and I panicked. Y'all. I just wanted to grab my bags and just be like, man, y'all out. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit, like, okay, like I said before, I was failing mental health. I was failing pharmacology. Not pharmacology, yeah. My first pharm exam to get into pharmacology. But I snapped back. It wasn't, compared to med surg and those exams before was like a breeze, you know what I'm saying? But med surg is like NCLEX on steroids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at the test like, oh my goodness, this is like, am I studying to be a doctor? Like, what am I doing? Excuse me, like, I'm just going back to the day, and I don't even like to think about it, because like I went on lunch break, and I'm not the only one that failed. Like, this girl came up to me and she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, she's panicking. Like, we had 23 people in the class, and I would say, I think 8 or 10 of people studied. So we had a lunch break, and I went in my car. I cried again. Like, I couldn't stop crying because in my mind I have a plan. I got to get out, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my opportunity. And I know one thing for sure is I can't give up. I know it's 5 more exams, but I had to calculate in my head. I said, okay, we've already took this X amount of exams. I need to make 2 B's and at least 3 more C's to get it back to passing level, because that's all we have, 5 more exams. And so I was like, okay, we have a break coming up. Right now, I'm in, this was back in the end of July when this happened. I'm on my last week of my break now. Before I upload it, I'll probably already back be in school. So I promised myself, once I go on this break, I'm gonna study like I haven't been before. I was trying to make plans to at least trying to do something small, go out of town or something like that. But I was like, nah, fuck it. I don't want to do that. I just want to study. I only got a couple of more months in this fucking program, and I'm gonna cuss like a storm, because y'all don't know the struggle, or the people that are already about to go to LPN school. Like, prepare yourself. This is an ultimate struggle for me, and me, this is full-time. Some of y'all might not be full-time, y'all might be online, but this shit was something else, you know? So I promised myself, once I start this break, I'm studying day, I'm studying night, I'm studying when I'm at work, and all of that. And you know, Mercury was in retrograde around that time, so I'm failing my exams. And then once I'm crying and shit like that, I'm going to my sister, I'm crying like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna pass fucking nursing school and shit like that. I'm crying over the phone and shit like that, like panicking. And she tells her girlfriend. So as soon as I get home, I'm crying again. So my sister's like a painter, her and her's like a painter, so they put these like pictures all over my I'm about to cry. They put these pictures all in my room, and it's basically like affirmations, like, you will pass, you know, I will have a great day, you know, like, it was like nice quotations. They put it all over my room, right? So I have to look at that every day to like feel better about myself, you know, because I felt like I was about to fucking fail, you know, that was about to hit it. So my sister, she's not the type of girl, she's like, you got this, you can do it. She's always on me like, yo, pass, you need to study, you know, what have you done today, have you studied? Like, she's always on me. Even her girlfriend, like, she sees me like pack my lunches, and she even offered to like help me pack my lunch and stuff like that, because she was just being real helpful. And they just see what I was going through and how hard it was, and it just to have that type of support was like real. It was real. Like, and I called my mom, I got a ticket. Like, that month was like real for me, because I'm not in a position to get a ticket. I'm not in a position to get a ticket at all, y'all. Like, it was terrible. And so the officer's like, you know what you did? And I'm like, no. I'm always clueless when I get a ticket. Like, I'm like, no. And he was like, well, you're speeding, you went over these miles. I'm I'm not gonna report it to your insurance company, so you won't have any points to deduct it, but I have to give you a ticket. I'm like, all right. And it was right before I was going to work, and I didn't even want to go to work after that because I'm just like looking at the ticket, like I know this ticket gonna be high as hell. The only thing, my budget for this year, like I had it mapped y'all out, was bills and my tuition. That was it, bills and my tuition. So I'm like, okay, I got this fat ass ticket on top of me not passing. I thought my life was about to end, you know? Like, I hate that, y'all. And so I called my mom and I was like, yo, her birthday was like on my break time, so we was gonna go to this place called like Turner Falls. It's like a nice place in my state where we go swimming, and I'm gonna put that on my travel page. And I was like, yo, I'm not going, I'm sorry mama, you know, I want to be there for you. Like, I haven't seen my family, yo, like my rest of my family. I have barely seen my mom. And I was like, yo, I don't know if I'm making it to your birthday because I really need to study. And you know, everybody was trying to convince me, even my sister, like, you know, you need this break, you need to go out, you need to have fun, you need some fresh air because you've been stuck in the house, all you do is study. Like, y'all, I wake up, I don't lay in bed, I pack my bags, I get ready, I get dressed, I take my shower, I grab my food, and I bounce. School or not, I bounce. I go study somewhere, or just whatever. I need to be active. I can't be in that house, you know. So I did that. I had fun. My mom, she was like, you know, praying over me, you know, how they mamas is, like praying. And I was like, yo, I got a good family support, so that just made me get up on my A game because I didn't feel like myself. And that's not like me. I'm a pretty strong woman. Like, when I want something, I go get it. But nursing school has literally made me feel like I'm a failure at life. And I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't. And so it just made me realize, okay, what am I doing wrong with my studying? There's something wrong that I'm doing right now. So the people that I came to the conclusion, the people that have passed, what are they doing that what I'm not doing? Because obviously I feel like I'm studying everything, and that's the conclusion that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be studying everything. I'm supposed to be studying the material that is given to me, or because like every teacher has a different teaching method. So one might teach GI for the first week, another might teach reproductive. It's not just one section, one topic, y'all. So everybody has a different teaching method, and you have to know what your teacher's methods is to understand what the hell they're gonna put on the fucking test. So one teacher might not teach well, so I know I need to go to my NCLEX.com. It's not .com, it's something else, and I need to go just practice NCLEX questions. The guy said that's all he does is he goes on that section, and he goes to whatever it says GI. He goes to study over 600 questions and just does it that way. He doesn't even crack open a book. Another girl, she said she just looks at the PowerPoints all day. She doesn't even open the book. And that's what I'm saying. I look at the book all the time. I'm looking at my what do you call it? Our questions in our labs. The questions that I said that you need to write note cards in and stuff like that. Like, that mindset that I had for nursing fundamentals, trying to study with note cards and everything like that, I need to throw that in the trash because it's not working with med-surg. That, you know, like it wasn't working. So I realized I had to go to websites to go study for my NCLEX exam. I need to do my questions in my book and not actually read the book. I mean, I can skim over sections, but me reading, taking all day to read the book, that's not happening. That's what's going to stress me out. And I need to just do NCLEX questions day in and day out. So ever since I got on break and I've been going to each person trying to learn their methods, it's been working better for me as far as me retaining this information, because everything else that I was doing before, it was just stressing me out because I was trying to learn everything when I just need to stick to one thing. And so, I mean, I'm really thankful that people was like looking out for me. And then plus, when it was my last week before my break, we had clinicals. I'm going to do another video combined with this, or probably separate, I don't know, and explain to you how clinicals work, and then I'm going to show you my paperwork and how to fill it out and whatnot. But how clinicals work for med-surg, I have the hard teacher, the one that I don't like. I've been explaining that to y'all. She came back from her vacation. She was like, I'm not leaving, you know, and I'm like, ugh. Right? So we get to fucking, this guy's like really close to me. lost my train of thought. I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Instead of me being at clinicals, I think it's like 6:45. I have to be at 6:30 at this hospital. It's a very, very prestigious hospital. Like, it's one of the top, I don't know, top 200, top 100 in the States, right? It's like a Catholic one, though. So we have to make sure our scrubs is on. We can't be looking like any and everybody. Our hair has to be in a bun and off our scrubs. These earrings are not allowed. She wants like stud earrings. No funny socks or nothing like that. She even got to a girl with that. She was like, you can't be wearing no socks like that. Like, you know, the smiley faces. No, you need like a black or white socks. So I'm like, ugh, this shit's strict. But it's our school that's being strict. They talking about it's a hospital. No, I've seen nurses that look like that. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna obey by the rules because all I need to graduate. I just need to graduate. And so, no crazy makeup. It just needs to be like a natural face like this, you know. And I said you had to iron your scrubs, no wrinkles, nothing like that. And so it's been good for the first couple of weeks, but afterwards, as far as like checkoffs have become a whole new level. Like, not skills what we do inside the school. We are actually done with skills, y'all. Where's the church music? We're done with skills. I hate skills. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I hate skills. I hate having somebody on my back. It's not like I don't know how to do a blood draw or I don't know how to do an IV piggyback or something like that. I just don't have like nobody on my back, you know? But you gotta do like a round two basically. Come on! Golly, people just ruthless. I know y'all gotta get to work, but damn. I know how to do all the IV piggyback and all of that, but I don't like nobody on my back. So we're done with skills. But I threw that book away. We're done with it. I don't have to go document shit anymore. As far as like for a grade, we're done. I'm happy. I think our last one was just inserting a nasogastric tube. Feedings and suctioning and stuff like that, and what to document. Done. Now we got to med surg clinicals. We basically have to take all of those skills that we learned and we have to check off again with the teacher, and then depending on what type of skill, we can be done with it and we don't have to no longer check with her. We can just do everything with the nurse, or you know, because now we're taking patients. So I'm gonna explain to you how that works in another video. But the first 8 weeks, I take one patient, and then because it's a 16-week long, so the next 8 weeks, I take the nurses all her patients. So I'm right now till I think we're in August. Right now, until September, I take one patient, and after that, I take all her patients, and that could be up to 4, or that could be more than that. I mean, I doubt it because it's a hospital, but you know how long-term care is, and you might have more than that, but not at this hospital. They try to keep it at 4 or 5. This hospital is something else. I'm gonna keep that for another video because there is such thing as nurse bullying. Like, I'm gonna keep that for another, and we're gonna go in on nurse bullying. But when it was like our last week of our clinical before our break. I had that breakdown. I didn't pass the test, and then the next day I had to go to clinicals because we go to school Monday through Wednesday, and then we go to clinicals Thursday and Friday. And so I didn't even want to go to clinicals, bro. I didn't even want to go to clinicals. I was just so overwhelmed. I'm tired of getting up every morning and doing this shit. Like, I'm ready to graduate, y'all. Like, this is too much. This is the hardest thing I will say that I can go down that I've ever did for myself to make it. You know what I'm saying? This is the hardest thing. And like, some people just don't understand, like friends and stuff like that, that this is my life, this is my career, I really want this, you know? So the next day I went to clinicals. I wasn't late or anything like that. We have to park far from the hospital. We have to walk. We get this shitty parking, you know? And then I get there. There's this paperwork that we had to do a day before. We had to go to the hospital a day before our actual clinical to see what our patient is, what's going on with them, and fill out like 5 pages of work, in which I'll explain in the next video, of what's going on with the patient, the pathophysiology, the etiology, like the signs and symptoms. Like, we have to go basically in deep in research and look up tests to monitor and stuff like that. And so this 5 pages of paperwork that you have to do the night before, like, it's just so hard to squeeze in, because if you gotta work or something like that, or you just already tired from doing work in general, come on, bitch, what are you doing? Y'all excuse me, but this is real. Okay, I'm trying to concentrate and pay attention to y'all, but this is the most I can get as far as vlogging and shit like that, you know. We have to just basically do an assessment and do paperwork on it Wednesday night. So imagine going to class from 8 to 3, and then that night do 8 to 2. Because we have to get out at 2 to go run to the hospital. I mean, speed to the hospital. You can't be late that day. And then 2 to 4, go see your patient and go write down everything you need to go finish your paperwork that night and hand it in that morning. So I have to know the medications, everything that they get. And I need to know the 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And I think this is 12 o'clock, because we only there from like 8 to 1, sometimes 2. Like, they be pushing it for us. And it's just, it's hard. So the paperwork that I was supposed to do, I missed 1 page. Like, I was so overwhelmed, I forgot to do the page. How this works in clinicals, it was, if you don't do those pages, I did medication, auto port stuff, but I forgot to do like, I think it was like the pathophysiology. I had to write like basically a page on it. You have to do this every week, bro. And she looked at my paperwork, and I'm looking at everybody's paperwork, right? And I'm like, damn, I think I'm missing something. And I'm like, damn, I forgot to do that paper. So I'm like, hey, Mrs. So-and-so, if I'm trying to act clueless, if I didn't do this page, right, would you have to send me home? She was so fucking dramatic, y'all. She was like, oh, what? You tell me you didn't do the paperwork? What? I mean, I did the paperwork. I just forgot 1 page, right? We in the cafeteria, y'all. We're not even a small confined area. She just being so dramatic, like, oh my God, Shayla, like, why you do this? I'm like, yo, I'm overwhelmed. Like, she just making me feel bad, yo. And so she was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to send you home. Now, mind you, if she sends me home, that's 8 hours that I missed. You can only miss 11 hours because we still in the summer. We only have a small confined time, so we only miss 11 hours. And then 20 hours really in total for them to dismiss you. But then again, you can make up the time in the library. The library can dock some time if you go in there and study, right? So this is how I know I got a strong support system in my classroom. The people that are in my clinical group, they was like, okay, well, it's only 6:30. We can be late 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes before anybody can turn you home. So one girl was like, well, since y'all said we can only be 30 minutes, she got 30 minutes to fill this paperwork out, right? So everybody was like, yeah. The other girls were just taking up from there. It was like, it's 30 minutes, right? So she got 30 minutes to do what she need to do, right? And she was like, okay, I don't want to hear this from nobody else in the clinical group, because you know how some people like to talk in other clinical groups. And you know, they were like, oh, well, she got to do this, well, I didn't need to do this, you know, and go around just basically talking, right? She was like, you got 30 minutes to do what you need to do, and if you don't finish, just text me and say that you leaving. So I'm in the cafeteria, right, just looking up everything I need to do. I'm just writing down bullshit, honestly, bullshit. And so I made it at the 6:50 mark with my paperwork. I showed it to her. I showed her my meds that I needed, because we have to get out these cards. Like I said, I'm explaining it in the other video. All the medication that we need so we can check off, and we have to explain the type of meds before we even give it to the patient. And so I got away with it. That's all I was like. I strongly am thankful for the family that I have and the type of people that I have in this whole clinical setting. They're very helpful. They have my back, because I would have got sent home that day. You know, I got sent home that day, and it wouldn't have been over for me, because I know not to, you know, use my time wisely and not just take off of school just to be taken off of school unless it's important. So I had time to honestly kill if I got sent home for 8 hours. But I was just thankful that they had my back, because I only had one day to actually make up those hours before we went to break. And so that day went pretty smoothly from there, and she didn't dock me. It'll probably dock me from my evaluation, that the fact that I was late and my paperwork probably wasn't iffy off of that one page. But altogether for clinicals, we have about 10 pages worth of paperwork that we have to do every single day. And it's not like the paperwork that I had before. It's really not. It's deeper than that. And I'm just over it. I'm over it. And remind you, for these first 8 weeks, it's like an evaluation period. And if you don't even pass alone in your paperwork, because you get a grade for your paperwork, you get a grade for your test, you ain't passing in your testing by the end of the semester, they kick you out. You ain't passing your paperwork alone. It don't have to be just tests alone. They kick you out because of your evaluation period. They need to know that you're doing good with your patients alone, you know. That's why I said, that's one thing that I would do a pros and cons. Once I'm done with nursing school, I would do a pros and cons about this. The most con that I hate about nursing school is that they make it seem like this is a survival of the fittest, yo. You know what I'm saying? They will kick you out for just something so small, you know what I'm like? I can't make it up or nothing. It got to be turning that day. They was like, well, we have to do that based on you know, a work setting. They're not gonna give you another day to do that in the work setting. I'm like, you just exaggerate stuff, because some places do let you make up stuff. You didn't document the day previously, just document the next day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it was in my setting when I was working at. Nurses would do that. I mean, you ain't supposed to, but ain't like they gonna fire you that day. Make it up, you know, so they won't see it once they do your evaluation. So I hate it. But altogether, this video, I just want to show you how I'm doing right now, and then I'm going to show you another video of how my clinicals go. And it's going to be a long video, because I'm going to go step by step on the paperwork, a lot of paperwork, and I'm going to talk about basically nurses trying to eat their nurses, RNs trying to eat student nurses alive, because that's a real thing. It wasn't until I went to an actual hospital where I seen how RNs treat students, especially people that are LPNs. They don't want to help. They don't want to help. I'm just going to put it like this before I go deeper. I probably had 4 different nurses since I started my clinicals. Only one has been eager to teach me. One. The rest of them, they would leave me hanging. They wouldn't tell me when they're about to pass meds. I mean, of course, you're supposed to just run wherever they go. They shouldn't have to tell you. But some of them, you know a certain vibe when somebody don't want to fuck with you. I'm sorry, spitting. They wouldn't want to fuck with you, you know? You know that vibe. That's what I was getting, yo. And I was like, I'm done with this. I wouldn't be like that, because I wouldn't be like that with nobody. Although a lot of people aren't teachers, I just wouldn't be that way. It's just as easy as 1, 2, 3 to show somebody how to pass some meds, and how to easily maneuver their computer system or something like that. You know, like it's just 1, 2, 3. They're just looking over your shoulder, and people just act like you a complete burden. But altogether, I'm better now. I'm on my last week of my break. I've been studying hard every day. Been going over we're on cardiovascular next, and my teacher, she said that this one's hard, people they struggle with, but I'm not gonna let that, although she's so negative, I'm just not gonna let that beat me. I'm going to do well. I'm going to pass my exam, and I'm going to make this 80 that I need, you know. I'm going to make this 80 that I need, so I'm not gonna let that be my reality. I have to make it, yo. Like, I have to make it. I'm going to be a nurse by the end of the year. Like, I don't want that to be my reality. So I'm just gonna keep studying hard. I might go ghost for a little while, but like, you gotta understand, I gotta study and stuff like that. So thanks you guys for watching. Y'all see me cry on here, but I've never been so emotional about something that I wanted so passionately about. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has